Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I'm here with day 24 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 11, and I'm combining it with Pinkfresh Friday where we use our Pinkfresh collections. And today's sketch is by Kim Johnson Martin, and it is a really cool sketch with a brick circle in the background and one picture. So I have a picture of my grandma, and I have this stencil by Scrapping Reflections, and I love this stencil. It is well loved. I have some pinkish reddish colored inks that I want to use and a solid white cardstock. Other than that, everything else is Pinkfresh. And so it's a plethora of collections. Life Right Now, So Cool, Dream On. I think those are the only ones I pull from. And then I also have some wordy bits from a word collection that I have pulled out over there. And then, of course, I have some enamel dots. I don't know why I always check the back of that. And here are the ephemera bits that I have pulled out from different packets and collections so that I wasn't digging through all of that on camera. So, but I have my paper, I have my picture, I have my stencil, my inks, and my embellishments, and of course this awesome sketch. So let's see how this goes. So I have put the sketch up in the top, and what I am doing is I taped this down to my white cardstock. I'm starting with fired brick because I want a little bit of red in here, but I really want it to be more pinky colored. One, because the collection I'm using is mostly pink with a hint of red. Two, because, well, my grandma loved pink. And three, because that's what I wanted. And so I move on to worn lipstick. And I'm going to push that through pretty good in all of these spaces. And then I'm going to add a little bit of spun sugar, which is a very light pink. So it's really just kind of lightening up some of the darker bits. But I love how this is working out. And of course, I've cut that circle off my Cricut. So I'm only working in the inside, and I kept checking to make sure. So to add a little bit of distress and worn look, I've got some black soot that I pushed through, and look at how that turned out. You all, I am beyond over the moon with how awesome that turned out. Now on the sketch, that circular feature is up towards the left corner. That was my intention, but when I cut the circle out of my paper, I wasn't thinking about that, and I normally center big features like that in the middle so that I can use the outside for a like a background paper. And so I wasn't thinking about it when I went and cut it, and of course it was too late by then. So I just worked with what I had, and it is fine. I think I lose one little bit from the sketch that is perfectly fine. There's a little, like a squiggly line underneath the embellishment cluster underneath the picture that I don't add in. So right now I am working on what I'm going to put on here. I have a this picture of my grandmother. Like I said, it's on her birthday, 2016, and for some reason we had a cookie cake for her, which is kind of weird. That's not our norm. We are pretty much, you know, bakers in our family. So for us to have a cookie cake, there must have been a reason for that. Maybe she had asked for it. I can't remember. So one of the things on this layout is like a little Polaroid bit that is under the bottom right corner of the picture. So I found this one on here that says #love. I thought that's perfect. It's got some green in it, which I'm bringing in with that happy birthday that I want to put on here. So I put that down, and I'm attaching that to the back of the picture. I've matted my picture 3 times. Once on blue, which is that blue stripy scrap I had in the beginning. And then once on the red, which is the back side of this main paper that I cut the circle out of. And then I let it, it kind of blended in with the bricks. So I backed it once on a thin matte stack of black. So I love the way that makes that picture pop off the page and helps it stand out from all of the pinky colors and the red and everything. So what I did was I went through and picked the embellishments that I wanted to use, like this happy birthday and the treat yourself, which I just set down up there in that top corner. And then I went from there building the layout. Now I knew I wanted pink to be the predominant color. So when I found this paper that had like a bunch of like baking and things like that, flowers and things, I liked that. Now some of the stuff on here says, hello, I'm trying my best. My grandma didn't have to try. She just was the best. But you know, I'm fine with that being on there. The little sleep mask is kind of weird and stuff, but, you know, for my grandmother, but, you know, I felt like this paper was the most appropriate color wise, as well as the little goodies that are all over it. So that is why I selected this particular paper. Now my Pinkfresh collection, or, you know, pack is not massive. Like I have a large Christmas, amount, which spoiler alert, you'll see tomorrow, but, I do not have like tons and tons of Pinkfresh. I just started using Pinkfresh in like July, and I bought a little bit of stuff from Peacecraft Love and then bought a little bit more. And so now I just ordered some more stuff from her because she's having a big sale. And I ordered another set from her, so I'm looking forward to getting that. So maybe my April Pinkfresh will be my new collection. We shall see. But so I don't have like a ton of variety of papers and things like that, but I have quite a few embellishments. None of the, you know, a couple go together and a couple don't, but you know, it's working well. And I like the fact that most of their colors, if they aren't the same shade, they still cooperate with each other. So like I said, I have at least 3 different kinds of embellishment sets on here, like those circular features up in the top corner are from one collection. I've put all of that away. Something about sweet. So sweet. Anyway, something from that collection. And then a lot of the other embellishments are from Life Right Now. And then the little strip that I've tucked in behind that orange circle, that's from the Dream On collection. So, I mean, it's just from, I think, 4 different collections altogether. And I think that everything really works well together. And I love the way this layout turned out. So I'm thrilled with that. And so I feel like, you know, in the future, if I have a full collection that's not Christmas, that'll be even better. So I am definitely investing and purchasing more of the Pinkfresh because it is really great to work with. And these papers are really thick, and the embellishments are a lot of fun. And they're not just your same old kind of embellishments either. So that's kind of cool. So anyway, back to what I'm doing. So in the sketch, she's got some little banners kind of sticking out from the top right or top left of the circle. But instead of doing banners, I have a couple little circles that came from one of my little flare things that say love. One of them's just a flower, and then that little floral that's up there is from the Dream On collection. And then I add like a little thing that says one of a kind and a little arrow that came from the Dream On collection. And then, of course, down in the bottom left corner, I have the little, she has on the sketch like a banner and then a little journaling space. And instead of that, I have that washi from the Dream On collection. I've added a bunch of clusters down there. And I stamped my date down there with my Heidi Swap date stamp. And I really do love the way that this turned out. Brought in a bunch of different green shades, some orange. There's lots of color going on, but it's predominantly pink, which makes me happy because that is perfectly fitting for my grandmother. So I hope that you will go down below to my description box. There will be a link to the playlist for 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. There will also be a list of all of the fabulous creatives who are hopping along with Pinkfresh Friday, and any other kind of description and details that maybe you want to know. So let me know if you have questions or if you just want to drop me a little message. So I hope you all have a fabulous day and happy scrapping.